Surrendering control is not synonymous with giving up. It's about shifting your focus from trying to control everything to trusting a higher plan. In life, we often confuse effort with control, believing that the harder we try to micromanage every detail, the more successful we will be. But surrendering control to God doesn't mean stepping back from hard work or ambition. It means recognizing that your human capabilities have limits and that there is a greater force at work. This understanding allows you to redirect your energy from fear-driven control to purposeful action. Imagine holding tightly to a rope that represents your struggles, fears, and insecurities. The tighter you grip it, the more tension you feel, and over time the strain becomes unbearable. Surrendering to God is like releasing that rope not to fall into despair, but to allow God to take over the weight. It's the realization that you are not meant to carry every burden alone. Letting go of control creates space for trust, faith, and divine intervention. Surrender doesn't mean sitting idly by. It means taking action with confidence that your steps are guided by a plan far greater than your own. This mindset shift is transformative. When you let God handle the uncontrollable aspects of life, you free yourself from anxiety and frustration. For instance, when faced with challenges in your career, relationships, or health, surrendering control doesn't mean abandoning your responsibilities. Instead, it means working diligently while entrusting the outcome to God. This approach keeps you grounded and allows you to operate from a place of calm assurance rather than desperation. You begin to understand that the results are not entirely in your hands, and this realization can be liberating. Faith is a crucial component of surrender. Without faith, the act of letting go can feel terrifying. You might worry that by loosening your grip, everything will fall apart. But true surrender is built on the belief that God is in control and that His plan is always for your good. This faith fuels perseverance because you trust that even when things seem to go wrong, they are falling into place according to a divine timeline. It's not about blind optimism, it's about having a deep conviction that every challenge has a purpose. Moreover, surrendering control fosters resilience. When you stop wasting energy trying to control the uncontrollable, you can focus on what truly matters: your actions, attitude, and effort. Challenges no longer feel insurmountable because you're not carrying their full weight alone. For example, athletes often speak about reaching a point of exhaustion where they surrender to the process, trusting their training and instincts to carry them through. Similarly, when you surrender to God, you stop overthinking and start flowing with the rhythm of life, finding strength you didn't know you had. Surrender also enhances your relationships. When you let go of the need to control others, you create space for understanding, compassion, and connection. Often our desire to control stems from fear of being hurt, disappointed, or let down. But when you trust God with your relationships, you approach them with openness and grace, knowing that He is working within you and the people around you. This shift can lead to deeper, more authentic connections. Another significant aspect of surrendering control is learning to embrace uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and trying to control every outcome only leads to stress and disappointment. When you let God handle the unknown, you develop the courage to face it with faith and confidence. Instead of fearing the future, you begin to see it as an adventure, guided by a loving Creator who has your best interests at heart. This mindset allows you to take risks, knowing that even if you stumble, you are supported by a foundation of divine grace. Surrendering control also invites gratitude into your life. When you stop fixating on what you lack or what's not going according to plan, you can appreciate the blessings already present. Gratitude shifts your perspective, reminding you of God's faithfulness and provision. It's a powerful antidote to the fear and frustration that come with trying to control everything. Gratitude helps you recognize that even in challenging times, you are cared for and loved. Finally, surrendering control strengthens your relationship with God. It's an act of trust and reliance that deepens your connection to Him. When you acknowledge your dependence on His guidance, you open yourself up to His presence in every aspect of your life. This spiritual alignment brings peace and clarity, helping you navigate life's complexities with wisdom and grace. You begin to see surrender not as a loss, but as a gain, a partnership with the Creator that empowers you to live fully and fully in front. In essence, surrendering control is a powerful act of faith and trust. It doesn't mean giving up on your dreams or responsibilities. It means recognizing that you don't have to face life's challenges alone. By letting God handle what is beyond your control, you find strength, peace, and purpose. It's a journey of growth, humility, and resilience that transforms not only how you approach challenges, but also how you experience life itself. Taking responsibility for your own growth is one of the most empowering choices you can make. It means understanding that while external factors and circumstances may shape your experiences, the ultimate responsibility for your development lies in your hands. Growth is not something that happens by accident or chance. It is a deliberate and ongoing process that requires focus, commitment, and self-discipline. When you take ownership of your growth, you are no longer waiting for life to hand you opportunities. You are actively seeking them out and creating them. This starts with self-awareness. You must first recognize where you are in life and where you want to be. Self-awareness is about taking an honest inventory of your strengths, weaknesses, and areas for improvement. It's not about being overly critical or harsh on yourself, but about seeing yourself clearly so that you can chart a path forward. For example, if you feel stuck in your career, taking responsibility might mean identifying the skills you need to advance and finding ways to develop them. Whether it's enrolling in a course, seeking mentorship, or dedicating time to self-study, the act of acknowledging your role in your own growth is transformative. Once you've identified areas for growth, the next step is setting goals. Growth without direction can feel aimless and overwhelming, so it's important to define what you're working toward. Goals give you clarity and purpose, acting as a roadmap for your journey. However, these goals should not only focus on external achievements, but also on internal growth. For instance, while it's great to aim for a promotion or financial success, it's equally important to cultivate qualities like resilience, empathy, and patience. By taking responsibility for both your external and internal growth, you ensure that you're becoming not just successful, but also fulfilled. Taking responsibility for your growth also means embracing a mindset of continuous learning. The world is constantly evolving, and staying stagnant is not an option if you want to thrive. A growth-oriented mindset involves seeking out knowledge, being open to new perspectives, and challenging yourself to step out of your comfort zone. For example, if you've always been intimidated by public speaking, taking responsibility for your growth might mean joining a group like Toastmasters or volunteering to lead presentations at work. These actions may be uncomfortable at first, but they are necessary for your development. Another crucial aspect of taking responsibility is learning from failure. Growth is not a linear path. It's filled with setbacks, mistakes, and challenges. But instead of viewing these as reasons to give up, you must see them as opportunities to learn and grow stronger. Taking responsibility for your growth means owning your failures and using them as stepping stones towards success. For instance, if a business venture doesn't work out, instead of blaming external circumstances, reflect on what you could have done differently and apply those lessons to your next endeavor. This proactive approach ensures that every experience, good or bad, contributes to your growth. Discipline and consistency are also key to taking responsibility for your growth. It's easy to get excited about self-improvement in the beginning, but true growth requires sustained effort over time. This means showing up for yourself every day, even when it's hard or inconvenient. For example, if you've committed to a fitness goal, taking responsibility means sticking to your workout routine, even on days when you don't feel motivated. Consistency builds habits, and habits are the foundation of long-term growth. By taking ownership of your actions and staying disciplined, you ensure that your efforts yield lasting results. Taking responsibility for your growth also involves seeking feedback. Growth doesn't happen in isolation. It often requires input from others who can provide guidance, encouragement, and constructive criticism. This might mean asking a mentor for advice, seeking feedback from your peers, or even engaging in self-reflection based on your interactions with others. While it can be uncomfortable to hear about your shortcomings, this feedback is invaluable for your growth. It gives you insights that you might not have noticed on your own and helps you refine your approach. Another important element of taking responsibility is surrounding yourself with the right influences. The people you spend time with and the environments you immerse yourself in can significantly impact your growth. Taking responsibility means being intentional about the company you keep and the resources you consume. For example, if your goal is to become more positive and proactive, surround yourself with people who embody those qualities. Similarly, invest your time in books, podcasts, and experiences that align with your growth goals. By curating a supportive and inspiring environment, you set yourself up for success. Self-care is another vital component of personal growth. Taking responsibility doesn't mean pushing yourself to the point of burnout. It means recognizing that rest and rejuvenation are essential for sustained progress. This might involve setting boundaries, prioritizing mental health, and finding activities that nourish your soul. For instance, if you're pursuing a demanding career goal, taking responsibility for your growth means knowing when to step back and recharge so that you can show up as your best self. Taking responsibility for your growth also means being patient with yourself. Growth is a marathon, not a sprint, and it's important to celebrate small victories along the way. This doesn't mean settling for less or lowering your standards. It means acknowledging your progress and using it as motivation to keep going. For example, if you're working on improving your communication skills, celebrate the moments when you handle a difficult conversation well. These milestones remind you that your efforts are paying off and encourage you to stay the course. Facing challenges as opportunities for growth is a transformative perspective that empowers individuals to navigate life's difficulties with resilience and purpose. Challenges are an inevitable part of life, and they often come uninvited and unexpected. However, the way you perceive and respond to these challenges can determine whether they hinder your progress or become stepping stones for growth. Embracing challenges as opportunities begins with a mindset shift, seeing them not as obstacles but as platforms for learning, development, and refinement. At the heart of this concept is the belief that every challenge carries within it a lesson. Life's adversities are often disguised teachers, revealing aspects of ourselves that we might not otherwise confront. For example, encountering a significant professional setback might force you to evaluate your skills, strategies, and decision-making processes. While the immediate experience of failure may feel disheartening, it can provide valuable insights that lead to better outcomes in the future. When you approach challenges with curiosity and an openness to learn, you unlock their potential to refine your abilities and build your character. Adopting this perspective requires reframing how you view discomfort and difficulty. It's natural to want to avoid pain, whether it's emotional, physical, or psychological. However, growth rarely occurs within the confines of comfort. Challenges push you beyond your limits, exposing you to new experiences and forcing you to develop skills you didn't previously possess. For instance, someone who is shy might find public speaking intimidating. Yet, by confronting this fear and taking steps to improve, such as practicing in front of small groups or seeking coaching, they may discover a newfound confidence and ability to communicate effectively. In this way, the challenge becomes a gateway to personal transformation. Another critical aspect of facing challenges as opportunities is resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity. Challenges often test your strength, resolve, and patience, but resilience enables you to persevere in the face of setbacks. Building resilience involves cultivating a mindset that acknowledges challenges as temporary and surmountable. This doesn't mean denying the difficulty of the situation or suppressing emotions. Rather, it's about maintaining hope and determination to overcome obstacles. For example, an athlete recovering from a major injury might feel frustrated by the slow progress, but focusing on small milestones and celebrating incremental improvements can help sustain motivation and foster a positive outlook. Viewing challenges as opportunities also involves embracing uncertainty and taking calculated risks. Growth often requires stepping into the unknown, where outcomes are not guaranteed. This can be daunting, but it's also where some of the most significant opportunities for development lie. For instance, starting a new business or pursuing a career change might feel risky, but these decisions often lead to personal and professional growth that wouldn't be possible within the safety of the familiar. By recognizing that uncertainty is an inherent part of progress, you can approach challenges with greater courage and confidence. A key element of turning challenges into growth opportunities is adopting a problem-solving mindset. Challenges often present themselves as puzzles to be solved, and approaching them with a solution-oriented attitude can make them feel less overwhelming. This involves breaking down the challenge into manageable parts, identifying resources and support systems, and taking proactive steps to address the issue. For example, if you're struggling to meet a tight deadline at work, instead of panicking, you can prioritize tasks, delegate responsibilities, and communicate your needs to your team. This approach not only helps you overcome the immediate challenge, but also strengthens your problem-solving skills for future situations. Challenges also provide opportunities to build emotional intelligence. Facing adversity often requires managing emotions like frustration, fear, and disappointment while maintaining focus and composure. Developing emotional intelligence involves recognizing and regulating these emotions, as well as empathizing with others who might be affected by the situation. For example, navigating a conflict with a colleague can be challenging, but it's also an opportunity to practice active listening, clear communication, and mutual understanding. These skills not only help resolve the immediate issue, but also enhance your ability to handle interpersonal challenges in the future. Another benefit of facing challenges is the opportunity to develop a growth mindset of belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and perseverance. A growth mindset encourages you to view challenges as opportunities to improve rather than as evidence of inadequacy. For instance, a student struggling with a difficult subject might initially feel discouraged, but by embracing the challenge and seeking additional help, they can improve their understanding and build confidence in their ability to learn. This mindset fosters resilience and adaptability, which are essential for long-term success. Facing challenges also helps you discover your inner strength and potential. Difficult situations often reveal qualities and capabilities you didn't know you possessed. For example, enduring a personal loss might teach you the depth of your emotional resilience and your ability to support others during difficult times. Similarly, overcoming a significant financial hardship might uncover resourcefulness and determination you hadn't previously recognized. By embracing challenges, you gain a deeper understanding of your own strength and capacity for growth. Moreover, challenges often foster creativity and innovation. When traditional approaches fail, challenges force you to think outside the box and explore new possibilities. For instance, a business facing declining sales might innovate by developing a new product line or adopting a different marketing strategy. Similarly, individuals facing challenges in their personal lives might find creative solutions to balance competing demands or improve their circumstances. By viewing challenges as opportunities to innovate, you not only overcome immediate obstacles, but also cultivate a mindset of adaptability and ingenuity. Finally, challenges provide a unique opportunity to inspire and uplift others. When you face adversity with courage and determination, you become a role model for those around you. Your ability to overcome challenges can motivate others to confront their own difficulties and believe in their ability to grow. Sharing your experiences and lessons learned can create a ripple effect, empowering others to view their challenges as opportunities for growth. For instance, someone who overcomes a serious illness might inspire others by sharing their journey and the strategies they use to stay resilient. This not only amplifies the impact of your personal growth, but also creates a positive legacy that extends beyond yourself. In summary, facing challenges as opportunities for growth is a mindset that transforms adversity into a catalyst for positive change. By embracing discomfort, building resilience, taking risks, solving problems, and learning from failure, you can turn even the most difficult situations into valuable lessons and stepping stones toward personal and professional development. Challenges test your character, refine your skills, and reveal your inner strength, ultimately preparing you for greater success and fulfillment. Cultivating discipline through small, consistent actions is a cornerstone for achieving meaningful progress in any area of life. Discipline isn't about grand gestures or sudden transformations, it's about the daily choices that align with your long-term goals. These small actions may seem insignificant in isolation, but over time they accumulate into significant results. The essence of discipline lies in showing up every day, committing to the process, and staying consistent even when motivation wanes. The foundation of discipline begins with understanding the power of small steps. Many people set lofty goals only to feel overwhelmed by the enormity of what they aim to achieve. By breaking those goals into manageable tasks, you create a clear roadmap to success. For example, someone who wants to run a marathon might start by jogging for 5 minutes a day. Although 5 minutes might seem trivial, it establishes a habit and builds the foundation for longer runs. Over time, these small efforts snowball, turning what once seemed impossible into a routine achievement. Consistency is the bridge between intention and results. Without it, even the most ambitious plans remain unrealized. Consistency doesn't mean perfection, it means persistence. There will be days when you feel tired, distracted, or unmotivated, but discipline calls for showing up regardless. It's in these moments of resistance that true growth occurs. For instance, a student preparing for exams might feel tempted to skip a study session after a long day. However, even dedicating 15 minutes to reviewing material reinforces the habit of learning and prevents procrastination from gaining a foothold. One of the most effective ways to cultivate discipline is to establish routines. Routines create structure and reduce the mental energy required to make decisions. When you incorporate specific actions into your daily schedule, they become automatic, freeing you from relying on fleeting motivation. For example, someone aiming to improve their fitness might schedule workouts at the same time each day. By treating this time as non-negotiable, they eliminate the internal debate about whether or not to exercise. Over time, this routine becomes ingrained, making it easier to stay disciplined. Accountability also plays a crucial role in maintaining discipline. When you hold yourself accountable or enlist the support of others, you're more likely to follow through on your commitments. This could involve tracking your progress, sharing your goals with a trusted friend, or joining a community that shares your aspirations. For example, someone learning a new language might track their daily practice in an app, or join a group class for added accountability. These external checks serve as reminders of your dedication and reinforce your commitment to small, consistent actions. Another critical aspect of cultivating discipline is learning to manage your environment. Your surroundings significantly influence your ability to stay consistent. By eliminating distractions and setting up cues that encourage action, you make it easier to follow through on your goals. For instance, someone trying to eat healthier might prepare meals in advance or keep nutritious snacks readily available. Similarly, removing temptations like disabling social media notifications while working creates a focused environment that supports disciplined behavior. Discipline also requires patience and a long-term perspective. Results from consistent effort often take time to materialize, and it's easy to become discouraged when progress feels slow. However, the compound effect of small actions is powerful, even if it's not immediately visible. Consider a writer who commits to writing 500 words a day. While 500 words might seem inconsequential, this practice adds up to 182,500 words over a year, enough to complete multiple books. By focusing on the process rather than the outcome, you build resilience and trust in the effectiveness of consistent effort. Another critical element is learning to embrace discomfort. Discipline often involves doing things that are challenging or inconvenient, but these moments of discomfort are where growth happens. For example, waking up early to exercise may feel unpleasant at first, but over time, it becomes a habit that strengthens your resolve and improves your fitness. Each time you push through discomfort, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of overcoming resistance, which builds both discipline and confidence.